Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is News at 12. News at 12.
In the local scene, the provincial government of Albay is aiming for the consistent regional outstanding winner in nutrition award as it strengthens nutrition programs across the province. The award, given by the National Nutrition Council, recognized local government units that consistently demonstrate excellence in implementing nutrition initiatives. Provincial Nutrition Program Coordinator Rowan May Ofalsa said that the province is expanding community-based interventions and multi-sectoral partnerships while improving nutrition services at the grassroots level. The initiatives are designed to reduce malnutrition and enhance the overall health of Albayanos. The Provincial Health Office, together with local government units and provincial departments, continues to promote proper infant and young child feeding, micronutrient supplementation, and nutrient education campaigns. Capacity building activities for barangay nutrition scholars and health workers are also being conducted to support efficient program implementation. Officials said winning the Crown Award would affirm Albay's leadership in public health, nutrition, and inspire other provinces to strengthen their programs. Albay previously received the Green Banner Seal of Compliance in 2024 and 2025. In other story, tourism officers across Albay gathered at Isabel's Catering Services in Legazpi City to coordinate plans and boost provincial tourism. The meeting focused on upcoming activities and programs to promote Albay's tourism industry. Officers shared updates and strategies to improve tourism services and visitor experiences in their localities. The agenda included a tourism circuit mapping workshop and the rollout of new forms for ACS and meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. Consultations were held to strengthen local government unit community guides under Top Cop Albay. The activity reinforced collaboration among tourism officers to sustain tourism growth in the province. In other news, the Albay Electric Cooperative endorsed 142 individuals to the National Bureau of Investigation for alleged illegal electricity use. The cases were recorded during intensified field operations by the Cooperative System Loss Reduction Team. ALECO said the operations aimed to curb power pilferage across the province. The suspects face charges under Republic Act No. 7832, the Anti-Pilferage Act of the Philippines. The law prohibits unauthorized electricity use and tampering with utility equipment. ALECO warned members against interfering with its distribution facilities to avoid legal consequences. In the national scene, local diesel prices may surge to as high as 170 pesos per liter this week, despite Iran's assurance of safe passage for Philippine-bound oil shipments through the Strait of Hormuz. Industry sources said diesel prices could increase by 17 to 19 pesos per liter, while gasoline may rise by 3 to 5 pesos per liter. The projected hikes exceed last week's increases, which range from 4.50 to 12.90 pesos per liter for diesel and 1 to 2.90 pesos per liter for gasoline. The expected fuel price surge may add pressure in travelers returning from Holy Week break and immediately impact transport operators who rely heavily on diesel. In other story, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian said that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. may take over oil companies and impose a price freeze if LPG prices spike sharply. Gatchalian said that the downstream oil industry, the Regulation Act of 1998, allows the president to assume control oil operations during a national energy emergency. He added that Marcos declared national energy emergency amid rising fuel costs, with LPG prices now expected to increase following weeks of hike in gasoline and diesel. Gatchalian said the president may intervene if LPG prices surge by 30 to 40 pesos per kilogram, stressing that higher cost will affect households and businesses that rely on LPG. He noted that authorities currently prioritize subsidies but may resort to price controls if the energy crisis worsens. In other news, Senator Panfilo Lacson warned that the government may lose around 200 billion pesos in revenue if excise taxes on petroleum products are suspended amid the ongoing Middle East war. Lacson said that the revenue loss could exceed 320 billion pesos if value-added tax is also suspended, adding that such moves may negatively impact the country's gross domestic product. He cautioned that using tax cuts to ease public burden without careful study could result in long-term economic consequences affecting all Filipinos. Lacson added that suspending excise tax alone may be sufficient to address rising fuel prices while avoiding more severe fiscal losses. Authorities said that the president may exercise emergency powers under existing law to adjust fuel taxes, while officials continue to monitor price movements and enforce regulations against profiteering. And in the news outside the country, U.S. President Donald Trump threatened to destroy Iran's civilian infrastructure and demand the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. The warning followed the rescue of a wounded U.S. airman after his fighter jet was downed inside Iran. The war began with U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran and has since escalated across the Middle East. Iran has launched missile attacks and blocked a key oil route, prompting Trump to issue a strong ultimatum on social media. In a related news, U.S. President Donald Trump warned Iran has 48 hours to strike a deal or face severe consequences as tensions escalate in the region. The threat followed recent strikes near an Iranian nuclear facility and new attacks by Tehran, including a reported strike on a commercial ship in Bahrain linked to Israel. The conflict, triggered by U.S.-Israeli strikes last month, has expanded across the Middle East and disrupted the global economy, particularly with the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Trump reiterated his ultimatum on social media, warning that all hell or it would break loose if Iran fails to comply with the demands to reopen the key waterway. And finally, in the news outside the country, with reference to the Philippines, Iran has assured the safe and unhindered passage of Philippine-flagged vessels and Filipino seafarers through the Strait of Hormuz, following high-level talks with the Philippine government. Foreign Affairs Secretary Maria Teresa Lazaro said that the agreement came after a productive call with Iranian Foreign Minister Sayed Abbas Araghchi, strengthening cooperation and ensuring energy security. The Philippines sought designation as non-hostile country, with both sides committing to diplomatic channels to expedite safe transit and protect Filipino interests. The development is crucial as the country relies heavily on Middle East oil, and the Strait of Hormuz remains a key global route amid ongoing regional conflict. And that's the news at 12, April 7, 2026. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our news writers, Naomi Ruth Hernandez, Rose Mohamitano, and LJ Lurejo. And on the technical side, Chad Bobis. And our Provincial Information Officer, OIC Mori Gonzalez. And under the supervision of our Governor, Noel E. Rizal. I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing. Albay in my heart.